The summer of 2024 is going down as the hottest ever recorded in human history. However, it's not so hot in other parts of the world. Well, I figured, why not beat the heat by hanging up some jingle bells, donning now our gay apparel, enjoying some delicious wassail and not the canned kind, and hey, let's celebrate Christmas in July this week on Janky Puzzles. We even got visited by Santa. Welcome back to Janky Puzzles, everybody. Like I said, it has been a scorcher here in Idaho, where we're from. It has been triple digits for multiple days in a row. And I hope wherever you are in the world, you're safe and comfortable. And I hope that you guys are doing great. But yeah, it has been a hot one. And I desperately needed to do something to beat the heat. And I thought, what better way than, like I said, celebrate some Christmas in July. Just get into the Christmas spirit. And that you wouldn't think that that's kind of a bizarre thing, but in reality, it's not. You know, over here in the States, the phrase Christmas in July, it's kind of used as a gimmick to sell cars, have sales at department stores, when department stores were kind of a thing. But in other parts of the world, specifically like in the Southern Hemisphere around Australia, New Zealand, places of that nature, it's the exact opposite. So right now it's, again, the hottest summer on record, but down there in the other part of the world, it's snowing. It's winter. They're having snowball fights. They're ice skating. It's a cold, blustery winter down there, which is really interesting. And when I remembered as a kid, it really kind of threw me for a loop when I found out that in Australia, during Christmas time, when it's traditionally Christmas time, like here in America, we would wake up on Christmas morning with opening gifts and celebrating the Christmas spirit and Christmas cheer and hot cocoa and chestnuts and all that stuff, and enjoying the cold weather of, bundling all up all cozy because you're going out in the cold weather to go sledding. Down in Australia, they're surfing. They're hanging out in their shorts. They're putting crustaceans on a grill. See, I didn't say the other phrase. That always threw me, and it's interesting that even now that has become this idea of bringing a little bit of that Christmas cheer into winter down there in Australia has become kind of a small cultural phenomenon down there in my research. They do a lot of it's a very homey situation. Like they'll have little get-togethers, gift exchanges. They'll all get together and watch like holiday movies or do arts and crafts. I found a really interesting art and craft with like pillar candles like this that they'll paint with smaller colored votive candles, and they'll actually use the hot wax to paint designs in these bigger candles. And I thought that was a really neat art and craft, and I hope to do that someday soon. I realized that the candles I had were actually battery powered that are dead. So doing some wax tower candle painting it will be in the future. So I thought, what better way? This week's puzzle was one that I showed off in the very first episode. If you have been with us from the beginning, which again, very, very thankful. I kind of showed this off in the first episode, and I wanted to open it up and take a look at it. So that, well, let's wrap it up like a gift from Santa. Why not? Let's get into the holiday spirit. So Santa Claus came to visit. So let's see what he brought us. I hope it's a computer. So that was in my family kind of the running joke every year when you would give somebody a present, and you would always shake it, and you'd say, I think it's a computer. Because when we were kids, growing up in the 80s, that's what we all wanted. Like, we thought having a computer was fantastic. But, back then, they weren't so common as they are now. So that was always the running joke. Ooh, I bet it's a computer. But, all right, let's get this open and see what it is. To Joey from Santa. I thought about writing to Janky from Santa, but I'm not Janky, I'm just Joey. All right. You wouldn't believe this, but I was a gift wrapper in one of my previous jobs. So, kind of skill that I've kind of lost over the years. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The Dickens Darlings from Currant. A beautiful, beautiful print on this. I'm just going to get right into this and get this puzzle put together. I love this puzzle. I love the image. The little cute Dickensian little children with their arms full of presents for other people as they check out the toy shop. That's why I went and dressed like Gru on his wedding day as opposed to a Santa type outfit, because I want to get in the Dickensian spirit. So let's go ahead and put together the Dickens Darlings from Currant, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Currant company. We'll share some Christmas memories and have a good time. So grab yourself a cozy cup and hey, let's put this puzzle together, shall we? Whew. Okay, so here it is. The Dickens Darlings puzzle from Currant. This was from 1993, actually. The design looks a lot older, but is actually from 1993. This is a big one. I didn't realize how big this was. This was by far, obviously this is the biggest puzzle we've done on the show so far. Not only that, it's not the first vertical puzzle, but by far the biggest vertical puzzle. I'm going to do my best to kind of show this off here. Beautiful illustration, like I said, of some little Christmas kids. I love it. This was by far one of the, when I was putting the show together and what I wanted to talk about, this puzzle was one of the ones that was always in the forefront, because it's so beautiful. You don't see things like this. There is a lot of art out there on puzzles, and something like this is just, it's quaint, and I love it. But very big, little, I don't want to say it's unwieldy, but It's fun. And then I got to thinking, like, why is this so big? And it makes perfect sense. It's a vertical puzzle, so you could get 4 people around it comfortably to work on it together. This is by far a group puzzle. By hands down, a group puzzle. You'd want to work on it with your friends or family. It's just a lot of fun. It does go together fairly nice, though. A lot of good textures. You can kind of see where you're at really well. So Currant, the company that made this, is still around today. Currant as it was a greeting card and postcard printing company. It started in the 50s by the Orm family in Colorado. And what they did was they would design their greeting cards and their postcards, and they would market them within church groups. And it was very much a word of mouth. I don't want to say it was like an MLM, but it was a very grassroots selling company. And they sold greeting cards, postcards, little gifts, little knickknacks, toys, puzzles, and they are still around to this day. They have some really cool, I was looking at some earlier, they have some really cool puzzles out there available from the Currant catalog. I signed up to have an actual printed catalog that they still make, but it hasn't arrived yet. They said that it could take a while because I've gotten like a half a dozen online catalogs they've sent me, but not a current catalog. But that's okay. And I also thought about signing up to be an affiliate for funsies, but I'm not out here to sell things. Maybe I will. If you look down in the description of the show and you see some affiliate links, maybe I'm selling, you can get us some Currant stuff. However, a fun puzzle to beat the heat for sure. To get into the Christmas spirit. I've got a couple Christmas ones, but this one was just absolutely beautiful. And it really does put me into the Christmas spirit. I enjoy Christmas. Christmas Eve, to me, even as an adult, on my 23 years I've been, just kidding, I'm 44. Christmas Eve to me, every year, is always my favorite night of the year, every year. And like, I'm not really doing the Christmas thing really anymore. But I love Christmas Eve night. There's just something about it. When you go outside, whether it's snowing in your area or it's sunny, there's something about Christmas Eve. You go outside, it's quiet. It's the most still time every year I look forward to Christmas Eve because it's just so still and so quiet. And I get speechless and emotional thinking about it. It's wonderful. Christmas was, what are some of the things that you did when you were Christmas, if you celebrated Christmas growing up? I know not a lot of people do. And that's totally cool. But if you had any kind of family traditions, for me, in my family, when we were kids, we always got to open a present on Christmas Eve. Or if our family that lived in another state sent us anything for Christmas, we opened them on Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas morning, nobody opened up anything until everybody was up. My dad was really big into recording home videos. In fact, out in the garage, I've got a catalog, a library full of his recordings of us growing up. Priceless to me. And yeah, we took turns, one person at a time, opened a gift. Because my parents felt like, Santa or whatever went to all the trouble of putting this together. They wanted to enjoy it. Or they wanted to spend the time with us. I had some friends that did their Christmas morning. They would get up open up everything and have fun and whatever. And when the parents got up, everybody was done and they cleaned up, and then that was it. It's like I felt, oh, come on now. I don't know. I liked the kind of the slow build, and it was funny as we got older. Christmas morning when you're a kid is like 6 a.m, but as we got into adults and being over at my mom's house at Christmas time, we wouldn't start opening presents till like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, just because no reason to get up early. But yeah, like I said, I understand that not everybody celebrates like Christmas. There's also a lot of holidays or just personal family traditions that people celebrate. Around here, we do something called donut morning on Thanksgiving morning. Instead of doing a big Thanksgiving turkey or whatever, we get up, we make homemade donuts, and we watch the parade. Donut morning. We all look forward to it every year. It's a lot of fun. So I very much would love to hear about your family traditions, Christmas or otherwise, whatever regional holidays or festivals you celebrate. Please let me know. Like I said, I read everything. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, remember to do stuff underneath this video. Share your personal memories. Before we go, got one last memory to share. So, your boy Joey, I lost both of my parents at separate times, but Christmas was the last holiday that I celebrated with both of them. Christmas was the last holiday I celebrated with my dad. A couple decades later, Christmas was the last holiday I got to celebrate with my mom. This cup right here was one of this is, if you can recognize it, this is the Moose Cups, the Moose Cup from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. And I wanted one of these for years and years and years and years and years, and they were absolutely impossible to find. Until it got to be more, now you can find Christmas Vacation stuff for all over the place, but for the longest time you couldn't find this kind of stuff. This cup right here was one of the last presents my mom ever bought, and up until I hit record, this guy was still in its box because I wanted to keep it safe. But I thought, if I was ever a time to bust it open and share it, it's going to be here on Janky Puzzles. So hold on to those treasures. Share your holiday or festival memories with us. Thank you so much for checking out a janky puzzle with us. This is jankier, this is about as janky as they come. And hey, be good people. Do good things. Come back next time and we'll put a puzzle together. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let's all get to 250 subscribers, eh? Why not? Cool. All right. Have a good day.